What if the greatest emperor-philosopher in history carried a truth so disturbing, so profoundly at odds with the world he ruled, that he couldn't speak it aloud? And what if that truth still applies to your life today, in every painful moment you silently endure? Marcus Aurelius, the man who commanded legions and ruled the most powerful empire of his time, secretly lived with a conviction few dare to admit, that most of what you care about is meaningless, and your suffering, your frustration, your craving for recognition, your fear of failure is self-inflicted, a byproduct of mistaking noise for substance. You wake up angry at the world, but Marcus would warn you, the world isn't against you, it's simply indifferent, and you suffer because you expect it to care. He didn't write Meditations for fame or legacy. He wrote it in the dark, alone, like a man confessing to himself, trying to hold back the tide of illusions that even an emperor isn't safe from. He couldn't admit it outright to Rome, but in his writings, he whispers the truth. You are not your reputation, your wealth, your relationships, or even your thoughts. You are the capacity to choose your response, and that is the only real power you will ever have. That's the buried insight, the secret. Your power ends at the edge of your mind, and everything beyond that is just weather, neither good nor bad, just wind and rain. The crowd cheered him, but he was unmoved. His generals betrayed him, but he remained composed. His own body decayed with sickness, yet he did not mourn it, because Marcus knew, as Epictetus taught before him, that loss only hurts if you've lied to yourself about what was truly yours. Think about that. What have you called mine that never was? Your image, your possessions, your loved ones. If you let your peace depend on them, you've already surrendered. That's the poison he saw infecting everyone around him, the delusion of ownership, the trap of attachment, the hunger for control. And so he trained, not in swordsmanship, but in letting go, in practicing day by day the art of losing without being broken. You could leave life right now, he wrote. Let that determine what you do and say and think. That's not poetry. It's a command to stop waiting. Waiting for closure, waiting for clarity, waiting for justice. There is no justice, not in the external world. The only justice lies in your discipline, your reason, your will. Everything else is theater. You don't need more time, you need fewer distractions. You don't need more approval, you need less dependence. The Stoics never told you to suppress your emotions. They told you to interrogate them. Why are you angry? Because someone disrespected you. Then ask, what is respect, and who gave you the right to demand it? Why are you afraid? Because the future is uncertain. Then understand, as Seneca did, that uncertainty is life's natural state. Certainty is a lie. Comfort tells to keep you docile. Marcus Aurelius spent his final years surrounded by disease, betrayal, and decay, and yet he refused to curse the gods or demand comfort. He simply did his duty. He wrote his thoughts. He prepared for death as a friend he had long expected. And this is where the secret becomes most brutal. Marcus knew that everything he achieved, everything he built, everything he protected would be swallowed by time. Alexander the Great and his mule driver have the same fate, he reminded himself. The same fate. That's the secret the powerful never want to admit, that their legacy will crumble, their name will fade, their victories will turn to dust. But you're still chasing applause, still fantasizing about being understood, still angry that the world won't bend to your will. Wake up. You don't need more to be free. You need to strip away everything that isn't you, your ego, your cravings, your need to win every argument. Marcus didn't leave us a roadmap to success. He left us a survival guide for the soul. And if you read between the lines, you'll see the hidden thread woven through meditations, letters from a Stoic, discourses, a guide to the good life, and the daily Stoic. Stop negotiating with fate. Stop pleading with the world to be softer. Harden yourself, not with cruelty, but with clarity. Because here's the final warning Marcus took to his grave. Most people are already dead. They just haven't noticed. They've traded their agency for comfort, their virtue for distraction, and their peace for popularity. But not you. Not if you choose now, in this moment, to reclaim what was always yours. The freedom to respond with reason, the courage to act with integrity, and the strength to accept everything you cannot control. Your suffering isn't a punishment, it's a signal, and it's asking you, just as Marcus once asked himself, what is within my power? The answer is terrifying in its simplicity. Your thoughts, your choices, your character, nothing more, but also nothing less. So the next time life tries to humiliate you, betray you, or destroy everything you thought mattered, remember what the last philosopher king understood better than any conqueror or politician. You are not what happens to you. You are what you choose to become in response.